Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of The Smart 7 is sponsored by Vodafone Business in partnership with Samsung. If you're running a business, any kind of business, you're probably spending some time thinking about AI, what to do, how much to use it, and how to get started. The answer could be in your pocket. The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, powered by Vodafone Business's reliable award-winning network, will help you unleash your productivity through brilliant built-in Galaxy AI. And over the next few weeks, we're going to answer some of the questions you might have about how best to unlock the power of AI in your business. For example,
how can I adapt the way I currently work to include AI?
Start small, identify repetitive or slow tasks, test AI tools for those and build them into existing processes. For example, drafting emails, summarising meetings or automating social posts. Remember to train staff to treat AI as an assistant, not a replacement, and create simple checklists for when AI should be used. If you've got a Galaxy S25 Ultra, you can also use Now Brief, a Galaxy AI feature. It's a daily report personalised for you and schedule reminders so you can stay prepared and focused. Getting back to the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, to take advantage of the features and change the way you do business, you'll need a Samsung account and a network connection. To find out more, search Vodafone Business Samsung, and for network verification, go to vodafone.co.uk/network. Access to On today's Smart 7, worries over tax rises grow as economy weakens, Trump announces new deal with China, and much more. It's Thursday, 30th of October. It's Text Your Ex Day, and happy birthday, Henry Winkler.
The Smart 7. It's news,
but not the news.
Sterling dipped on Wednesday after a new assessment from the Office for Budget Responsibility that suggests Chancellor Rachel Reeves may be facing a £20 billion cut to the public finances. It comes because of slower than expected productivity from the UK economy, and it's made markets nervous that the Chancellor will have to implement tax rises to balance the books. At Prime Minister's Question Time, Tory leader Kemi Badenoch was pushing Keir Starmer to confirm that he'll be sticking to Labour's manifesto commitments.
Labour promised not to increase income tax, not to increase national insurance, and not to increase VAT. Does the Prime Minister still stand by his promises?
The dip in the pound against both the dollar and the euro and the prospect of a tough budget could see an earlier rate cut from the Bank of England, which would be some good news for mortgage holders at least. In the meantime, the PM was not in the mood to take advice from anyone in the former Tory government who helped create the current crisis.
They were kicked out of office because they broke the economy. They won't be trusted for years to come. She can't tell us what her position is on the last budget, and she's got a phantom £47 billion with no foundation as we go forward. That's exactly the mess that they caused. They've not changed one bit.
Nigel Farage was busy in Parliament on Wednesday trying to finish the business of Brexit. He brought a motion to introduce a bill to leave the European Convention on Human Rights, which has long been touted by both Reform and far-right Tories as the solution to Britain's immigration problems. His motion was defeated and he was heckled throughout his speech, including a shout from one member of Parliament suggesting that the Reform leader is Putin's patsy.
We are not sovereign, all the while we are part of the ECHR, the European Council and its associated court. And do you wonder? It's marvellous to see the intellectual levels of debate in this place, it really is.
His inclusion of the European Council and ignoring of the fact that the ECHR was in fact co-founded by Britain under Winston Churchill prompted Lib Dem leader Ed Davey to label the Reform leader unpatriotic. Marina Wheeler KC says Farage is also fundamentally wrong.
People have historically confused that with the European Union, but it's Council of Europe completely different. Britain needs to have a voice in wider Europe, and that is a very effective voice.
Donald Trump wrapped up his Asian tour on Thursday morning with a meeting with Chinese Premier Xi Jinping. The two met in South Korea in advance of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit at the end of Trump's road trip this week. The meeting lasted well over an hour, but there was no press statement, with Trump heading straight for Air Force One. The White House says that the tariffs on China have been lowered after the meeting and that an agreement was reached on rare earths, but there's been no official statement from China or news on TikTok. Trump spoke to reporters on board and described the meeting as a great success.
We have a deal. Now, every year we'll renegotiate the deal, but I think the deal will go on for a long time, long beyond the year. We'll negotiate at the end of the year. But all of the rare earth has been settled. and that's for the world. I mean, worldwide.
It's not every day that a criminal enterprise gets praise from an A-list star, but last weekend saw George Clooney expressing admiration for the daylight robbery of France's crown jewels. Clooney, who has pulled off many a cinematic heist, was very taken with the daring raid on the Louvre that saw thieves make off with an almost £80 million worth of Napoleonic-era jewellery. A four-man gang organised the heist using a furniture van and an extending ladder, and security footage subsequently emerged of their dramatic getaway. 2 men are now in custody, but there's no sign of the jewels, although French prosecutor Laure Becqueau was urging the men to return the stolen goods.
So the people who've been arrested have partially confessed that they are being presented by the examining judge with a view to being charged with theft as part of a gang.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro, Liverpool lose again, and it's time to flash back to the 90s girl band era. Right after this. Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7 is sponsored by Vodafone Business in partnership with Samsung. When you're running your own business, pretty much anywhere can be your office, the spare room, the back garden, or, like here, the local cafe. With the power of Vodafone Business's reliable award-winning network, combined with the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, there's no limit to what you can do pretty much anywhere. And over the next few weeks, we're going to answer some of the questions you might have about how best to unlock the power of AI in your business. For example,
how can I adapt the way I currently work to include AI?
Start small, identify repetitive or slow tasks, test AI tools for those and build them into existing processes. For example, drafting emails, summarising meetings or automating social posts. Remember to train staff to treat AI as an assistant, not a replacement, and create simple checklists for when AI should be used. If you've got a Galaxy S25 Ultra, you can also use Now Brief, a Galaxy AI feature. It's a daily report personalised for you and schedule reminders so you can stay prepared and focused. Getting back to the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, to take advantage of the Galaxy AI features and change the way you do business, you'll need a Samsung account and a network connection. To find out more, search Vodafone Business Samsung, and for network verification, go to vodafone.co.uk/network. Welcome back. Wednesday night saw more fourth-round Carabao Cup action with plenty of Premier League teams in the mix. There were 4 all-Premier League clashes, while Man City travelled to take on Championship side Swansea. Arsenal welcomed Brighton but won 2-0, while Newcastle racked up a 2-0 win against Spurs. Man City saw off an early challenge from Swansea and finished 3-1 winners, while 10-man Chelsea got a hard-fought win at Wolves. The big shock of the night, though, was that Crystal Palace beat Liverpool for the 3rd time this season to deliver an awkward exit from the Carabao Cup for Arne Slot.
There are many reasons maybe why we've lost 5 out of 6 or 6 out of 7. None of them are good enough to accept losing so many, so I can come up with arguments or reasons, but none of them will how do you say this, will be enough.
There's a new documentary series on the way, and it's the sister of last year's hit Boy Bands Forever. Logically enough, this one is called Girl Bands Forever, and it follows the history of female-fronted groups through the 90s and beyond. It's exec-produced by Louis Theroux and promises a deep dive into all of your favourite 90s and noughties pop queens. Kerry Katona of Atomic Kitten fame says that looking back, it's shocking to see the difference in how female pop stars were treated by the tabloids.
You're kind of branded as this trash, no good car crash because I've made mistakes, yet I'm the one who's brought my children up. Yeah. Yet the men, they was able to go away, do what they want, and they're almost idolised. But women, we can't make mistakes because we're mothers, so it's frowned upon.
If you're a fan of Downton Abbey, you may want to look away now. There's a new spoof version of Downton inspired by the likes of 1980s slapstick comedies Airplane and Naked Gun. While Liam Neeson was a box office hit in the Naked Gun reboot, it's hard to tell if Damian Lewis, Ben Radcliffe and Catherine Waterston can pull off the period version. It's co-written by comedian Jimmy Carr, and it is due to hit cinemas in December. By the way, the worst part just might be the name. It's called Fackham Hall.
I'm here regarding the murder of Lord Davenport.
I'm afraid you're too late. Someone's already done it.
I believe the murderer to be in this room. I shall be watching you all. And if there's anything out of the ordinary, you can be damn sure I'll notice it.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
If you're a smoker or vapor ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.